Hello and welcome to episode 69 of Pentagon for Gold. Now, it has been an absolute age since the last episode. It's been quite a long time. I've been very, very busy recently. And it's really good to be back. And taking a little while to get used to being back into playing these games. But if we have a quick look at how we did last time, I think it was the double 4-1 victories against Santos. We then lost to Nautica, I assume is the name. 1-0, absolutely dominated if I remember correctly. Let's have a quick view of the match. Well, not necessarily dominating, but a little bit surprising we didn't get a better result than that. Since then we've done well. Beat Internacional again in the Cup to get through to the final, which we'll play today after our game against Atletico Nacional. We then drew against Internacional in the league and just beaten Flamengo 4-0 as well as Vasco da Gama 3-0. We're quite a good team, and as a result we are sitting at the top of the league, 2 points clear of Internacional, who seem to have dropped points in their last game against Fluminense, who are not doing too well, I don't think, 16th, so that's a little bit of a surprise, but we'll take it. And we've just had a youth intake through, nothing amazing, but Jar Jar could be good. I think that means haha in Portuguese, so we've got a very funny guy. But we're miles clear of third, so we're definitely either coming first or second. Let's hope it's first, but for today we're focusing on the cup games in the Libertadores and the Copa do Brasil. Now, we should be comfortable favourites for this game against Atletico Nacional there in the Colombian division, so you'd expect us to win this pretty comfortably. We are still going with a strong squad as we possibly can, really. A couple of the loanies are on the bench, but that's just because Sydney is in immense form. He may not be as good as Pontillo, but he is basically as good, and he's done so well this season. It would be really harsh to drop him properly. So we'll keep him in. And hopefully he can repay the faith we've shown in him. And now Pedro Ayub, on loan from Hertha Berlin, off the bar with the free kick. That is unlucky from Ayub. And it's cleared out pretty easily for the Atletico Nacional defender. Wasn't too much pressure from our forwards to try and win that ball back, or at least cause him some problems. And now Sydney. Into Minho, and he heads home. All 5'5" of him. Once again, Sydney coming out trumps. Really good play from him. Good dribbling. And he just kept going with his run there. And then it was a really good cross for Minho. He made no mistake with that header. And you wouldn't have thought he was 5'5" with 5 jumping reach from that. But I think it's something of a rarity. He scores more than you might expect from headers, but I think that's just because his actual heading stat is decent. Breitner over the bar with that header, and as you can see we are absolutely dominating already. 23 minutes in, they've not had a shot, we've had 8, so we're probably, safe to say it, we're probably the stronger team here. Thiago Emiliano tackled by Molina. Now there's a counter on for Atletico Nacional. Bolaños is the man to try and lead that counter. Running at Breitner, who makes a good tackle, and it's now gone out for a throw into Atletico Nacional, of which nothing happens. Thiago Emiliano has played quite a lot recently, so he's already a little bit tired, but we have the depth now that we've got those loan signings to actually bring him off at some point if we need to. But I want to be in a position where it's comfortable making all the substitutions. Ramos into Sydney. Rebounds a couple of times, gets another bite of the cherry, and eventually finds Ayub, who then lays off the ball for Rosas, who makes no mistake with the finish. Not too difficult a chance for him. He's going to be scoring that every day of the week. And it's now 2-0, and we are just 35 minutes in. Sydney is injured. Oh, that's sad. I guess Pontillo will come on in his place. Hopefully Sydney's not out for too long. Would be a shame if we were missing him for the rest of the season, because he's been absolutely brilliant this season. One of our star players, if not our star player. He's not actually the best player attribute-wise or anything like that. Even star rating is only 3-star. but he's just so good in the actual game. Breitner collects the ball after it rebounds from the clearance, and now Ramos. Oh, that's a brilliant finish from Franco. That's his 30th goal of the season. I had no idea. Clearly, I've been away from this for too long. That's really surprised me. I thought he was on something like, 12 to 15, not 30. Amazing. And we are playing brilliantly. This doesn't look like it's going to be too much of a problem. And if the next episode's going to be the second leg of this plus the second leg of the Cup semi, it may not be the most exciting episode if we've already put to bed both those games. Hopefully we can keep going here and we can get a similar result in our next Cup game. Mejia able to comfortably catch that one. Not too much of a problem for him. Breitner, really good pass into Pontillo. And now Ramos on the right hand side. Minho into the box, and Pedro Ayub's there for just his second goal for the club. Second goal of the season, in fact. I think that must mean he didn't score at all for her, though I don't think it would have been reset when he joined us. Renteria. Molina. Actually, come to think of it, I suppose Ayub might have that because the season runs January to October, I believe, here, whereas it's obviously August to June or May in Europe. So I guess that's why I would say that. But yeah, he's still been very good since he joined. Very creative. Basically what we signed him for. He can do that Mazzala role really well, and he combines well with Thiago Emiliano in the centre of midfield. Don't have the bodies there, and just in terms of pure numbers, but doesn't seem to be a problem because they're just much better than all the players that they seem to be facing. That was a really good chance for Atletico Nacional, directly into the grateful arms of Gustavo Mateus. And now Minho. A couple of nice runs with Rosas here on the left-hand side, taken down by Esprilla, who is on a yellow, so he might be off, to be honest. Let's see what the referee has to say. I think it's definitely a penalty. Is he going to book him again? He is sent off. Down to 10 men for Atletico Nacional. That's not good for them. They're really struggling in this game. And Pedro Ayub's had his penalty saved. That is a shame. Not a major disaster, to be honest. We're in a pretty comfortable position, to be honest. So we'll bring on Victor Hugo Nunez to play as the box-box midfielder. Palomeke now on the counter-attack, taken down quite cynically by Belly, who appears to have hasn't picked up a yellow card at all. That is surprising. I would have thought that would be a pretty short-fire one. Let's get Pedro Ayub off since he's tired. And I think we'll get Vinicius on. He is recovering from his injury. He's now back, ready to play small, bit part appearances. And it would just be nice to get him back to full fitness. Bolaños. Palomeke. Into Congo. Exchange of passes with Robledo, and now Gonzalez has a chance. That's a really nice play from them. Oh, that's a very, very lucky save from Gustavo Mateus from the looks of it. Didn't look like he knew all that much about that chance. And Gustavo Mateus is comfortably able to collect that header from the corner. Robledo. Nunez into Pontillo. Oh, just wide from Pontillo. It was a nice play from him. Skip past his man. Just put it left of the far post. Not a bad effort, though. He's got a spare man open, but he's chosen not to go for him. Pontillo backheels it into Nunez, whose shot goes comfortably into the hands of Mejia. Currently, Atletico Nacional playing without a left winger. But I don't think it's going to make all that much difference at this point. It's too late in the game. And we're already out of sight, to be honest. This is that's basically done, to be honest. 4-0 away victory. Not what you usually get in the Copa Libertadores semi-finals, I'm sure. Shame that Sidney's out for 3 weeks. Manuel Mino is a little bit tired, so we'll get him into rest. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll rest him for 5 days. He's had a lot of these recently where he's needed to rest. So just look at these stats, man. He is unbelievably good. I don't know how much he can actually improve. It says by a slight amount. A slight amount is still phenomenal for a guy that looks that good. He is quite the player. So let's head on and we'll come back for the next game in the Cup, which is against, I believe, Palmeiras. And it's the final first leg of the Copa do Brasil, which hopefully we can get a big victory. I think we're quite good going forward. We've broken the league goals haul for Sao Paulo and we've still got a few games left. How many is it? It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 games left. We've already broken that record. We are quite impressive. So it's time for the final of the Copa do Brasil first leg, and we're playing Palmeiras. This seems to be a derby, so let's hope that we can get the kind of win we need to just make the second leg a little bit easy. Would be nice if there was still a little bit of tension in the next episode, because as it stands, the Copa Libertadores has absolutely no tension in it at all. I may end up just showing a league game instead, because that game is going to probably be a little bit dull. And Rosas almost putting us ahead within 4 minutes. That would have been a decent start, but can't quite sneak it in past the goalkeeper, who is called Melchizedek. Good name, that. Good name. Pontillo finds Rosas on the left-hand side, cuts inside, and once again, just left of the near post. But he's definitely getting some good chances here, Rosas. He's got some dangerous moments already. Franco seems to have won a penalty. I'm not really sure what for. I didn't actually see anything happen, but I was looking at where the ball had gone. What's the referee going to do? I mean, I'll take a penalty if I get one. Don't think I necessarily deserve one. And we got it. Okay, I'll take that. Pedro Ayub, who missed his last penalty in this episode, does the same again. Deary me, what are his penalties? 12 penalty taking, 11 finishing, 16 composure. That shouldn't, he shouldn't be missing 2 in a row. That is a bit concerning. And Pontillo has put that shot wide of the near post. Seems to be the story of the game so far, putting it wide of the near post. And Palmeiras starting to come back into this a little bit. Oh, good clearance off the line by Roberts, who's actually, I think, only eligible for this tournament. Potentially he's eligible for Copa Libertadores. I'm not quite sure. He's definitely eligible for this, but I think it might just be this competition, to be honest. But he's been impressive when he's played so far. And that is a very wild chip from Carlos Adalberto. I liked his confidence, but his execution was not on the same level. Douglas into Gavassi. Now Belly on the left hand side. He is playing as a left back quite a lot at the moment. He's training as a ball playing defender. He is mainly a centre back for me, but recently, just with the number of centre backs we've now got and the general lack of left backs, I thought it would be useful to get Belly in instead. Can't think I have no idea what's happening with Altair. Maybe he's on international duty. I don't think I sold him, but knowing how long it's been, maybe I have, I don't know. We've been alright. Shame we couldn't finish through Ayub. 2.6 expected goals and we've not scored yet. A little bit disappointing. Let's demand more, or let's see what happens here first. Hopefully we block this, go and counter, but knowing this position, oh my goodness, what a rubbish goal to concede. Let's demand more then. This hasn't been a great, it's not been the most convincing performance. We played well as a whole, but we can't finish in this game. And when you can't finish, you always open yourselves up for a goal against the runner play. Robert into Pontillo. Sizes up his man, beats him, and puts it home. That's brilliant from Pontillo. What a goal. Really good play to get past his defender. Snuck it in past the goalkeeper, almost under him. And that's the equaliser. And hopefully now we can go on and get a second just to help see us a little bit further out of reach. Who should we bring on? I reckon Giancarlo can come on. He is our box-box midfielder who basically can't play in any other competition. And Diego Carlos, and then Douglas can come off for Joaquin Ramos. Let's go win this game, lads. I think I'll encourage the boys just get their mentalities a little bit better for the rest of the game. We definitely deserve to be winning here. Sadly, we haven't got ahead, and it looks like we're not going to. But it does mean it's evenly poised for the second leg. Let's be positive. I don't know quite why he's talking as why my options were all, we've lost the final. Because we haven't yet. There's still a chance. But yes. A couple more players who are jaded. This is what I'm getting pretty much every week. It's rather frustrating. So 6 days for both of them. Oh yeah, we're going to look at Franco's stats. How has he got 30 goals this season then? I do not quite understand. Oh well. And Douglas can go on a rest for 6 days. And yeah. So in the next episode, we will definitely be playing the second leg of that final. I don't know whether we'll play the second leg of the semi-final. We'll probably play a league game. And if we don't get through that semi-final, something's gone majorly wrong. So if you have enjoyed the first episode in quite a while, please do leave a like and subscribe to the channel, as it really helps me out. I hope to see you next time, but in the meantime, have a fantastic day.